in the NFC Championship. Here's Kyle Shanahan, the coach of the 49ers, who is 6-0 against the Rams over the last 3 years, talking about the defensive lines that will be competing on Sunday to try to get to the respective quarterbacks.
I think we've done a real good job with it, and I think we've gotten stronger as the year's gone. And that we did a hell of a job versus them last game, which was huge for us, especially in that second half. Their pass rush, it's as good as it gets also. The individuals that they have, especially, it all starts with 99, who just the generational talent and what he attracts to have to give someone a chance to stop him. And you got to worry about that, but then you add in all the guys around him and some pretty good coverages with it. So usually the teams at this point in the year all have good pass rushes. I think it's pretty hard to get to this point when you don't have one. But I think we're two of the top.
Well, and the reality is the 49ers have an offense that is uniquely constructed to not have to pass. That's how they've won games. That's how they ran over the Rams on that Monday night when we're all hyped up, when here's OBJ and the Rams are all in, and here they come, and they're splashing the pot like Teddy KGB, and the 49ers kick the crap out of them, right? And then and this is how effective the 49ers are at running the football. Even when they're down 17-0, they still keep running because they know that they can run against the Rams. That's the weakness of the Rams defense, and that's the strength of the 49ers offense, and it helps them avoid their weakness, which is their quarterback. I mean, this all sets up for the 49ers. And I know that at some point this mastery by Kyle Shanahan over Sean McVay is going to end, but they've never met with the stakes like this. And, this one's fascinating to me. But the 49ers have exactly what they need to take the steam out of the Rams' pass rush. Run right by it with whichever running back happens to get the ball, or Deebo Samuel, or quick passes to guys like George Kittle. They got those roughnecks that can just roll out of bed and kick your butt without even a warm-up period, like it's boom, off they go. That's going to play very well into their hands. That's another one. I have no idea this weekend. I may just do something like flip a coin or like let my dog pick. I have no idea who's going to win either of these games. I'm more confident about the Chiefs. This one, history tells us, recent history tells us the 49ers, but, even more recent history tells us the Rams are looking pretty good.
Yeah, what's interesting too, though, Mike, I think the Rams have to avoid that lull that they've sort of had in two of their last three games in the second half. Right. We go back to that game that they had week 18 against the 49ers. They're up 17-3 at halftime. And then the 49ers come all the way back and send that thing to overtime. And then the 49ers, go down the field and they score. Matthew Stafford throws the interception, ball game. Right. On Sunday, you see the Rams and they get up 27-3, and Tom Brady brings that team all the way back in the second half, in large part because of the turnovers. Right. The fumbles were huge in that game, and they were uncharacteristic of guys that you just don't see it. So, I think when you look at it that way, it's like, okay, if the Rams can build a lead, and this is kind of what they did the last time when they were playing Jimmy Garoppolo, then you can use those pass rushers and get after him. But you got to make sure that you take care of the football too. So I still think that in most situations, you're going to take the Rams D-line going up against a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo and thinking, hey, I can force him into making some kind of mistake. It's just that the last time you played, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't make any mistakes. He played a hell of a 2-minute drive, went down the field and scored and sent that thing to overtime.
Yeah, and, one of the other realities here, and Sean McVay addressed it earlier in the week, the resale of tickets to 49ers fans, Sean McVay making his pitch for Rams fans to actually show up and not turn those tickets into cold, hard cash. Some trends are suggesting that 49ers fans are getting their hands on tickets, and it was so bad week 18. As Kelly Stafford said, Matthew Stafford had to use a silent count, and they're the home team. And Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers didn't. So home field advantage, it's not going to be like Arrowhead at SoFi Stadium, and that's going to be possibly to the advantage of the San Francisco 49ers. What a game. We were hoping, at least I was hoping a couple of years ago after we had that great Week 17 game between the 49ers and the Seahawks, that they would cross paths again in the postseason, and they didn't. The 49ers ended up beating the Vikings and then the Packers to get to the Super Bowl. I like a good third times a charm match between two teams from the same division. They know each other extremely well. It's going to be physical. It's going to be chippy. It's going to be emotional. And how often do teams from the same division meet with one game, winner goes to the Super Bowl, loser has to watch? That, I love that when it happens.
Oh yeah, it's going to be really fun. And I think the crowd's probably going to be more almost like a neutral site game, kind of 50-50, because if not, maybe a little more favoring the 49ers. That's because there's so many ticket brokers down here. That's part of the issue too, is that when your season ticket holders are not just all fans, they're just people who sort of anticipate that they might be able to make a little money. And that's part of it. But I will say that that Monday night atmosphere that they had against the Arizona Cardinals, that was fantastic. And there have been some very heavy Rams-centric crowds that I've seen in Los Angeles, when I was covering the team professionally and since I've been here now with PFT. So I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good crowd, but I think that crowd's going to be split, and it might feel more like a neutral site game.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.